guess I'm a Smurf today. Fun. Oh well. So, I'm gonna try. Keyword try. Now, some of you might be confused, saying, Kane, I thought it was gonna be about anime today. Technically, you're right, it was supposed to. But a buddy of mine who pops onto the channel very often, Smap, gave me a brilliant idea, and I decided to take it and kind of turn it into crack cocaine. So I decided to take it to the most extreme possible. I also decided to do this little idea with other people. As a result, I'm doing things I've never done in my life, like time zoning and working with time zones and scripting. Oh my god, the scripting. So I'm doing a lot of stuff I've actually never done before. Which is kind of, suicidally and stupid, but oh well. Hopefully it'll make at least a entertaining or interesting video, hopefully. I hope. So for now, I'm basically just doing other videos to kind of just prolong until everyone's ready and we got the script done and all that other stuff. Then we have to work alongside the time zones and then get to the recording. Something tells me we're going to need to record multiple times, but oh well. Not a huge issue. Now, for now, I'll just review Huniepop 2. A game I just finished like 2 days ago at most, as of this video. Now, when it comes down to it, Huniepop 2, for those of you who don't know, because you under a rock, that's under a tree, that's under a river somewhere, Huniepop, the entire franchise, is basically, to put it mildly, a sex game. Basically, you're playing a character whose whole goal and driving motivation is to get as much, to put it bluntly, brutally, and degenerately as possible. His goal is to get as much snatch and box as he possibly can. That's his goal. Now, here's the thing. For better or worse, it focuses on leaning on that stuff hard and heavy. Much like it's sex art, it goes hot and heavy. When it comes down to it, Huniepop 2 is a game I had actually seen the original game for, but never really could actually play it because I didn't have a PC, because I was too broke. Huniepop, the first time I ever saw its existence was on an entirely separate channel by the name of Dashy Games. Now, if you want to die laughing, I do recommend checking that out. It's hilarious and is probably the biggest source of all of my sore spleens and sore face I've ever had. It's a riot. But I do recommend checking it out when you have time. And Huniepop 2, in many ways, takes the biggest strengths from the original game and says, how can we make this more perverse, but at the same time, a lot harder? Double dates! Brilliant. Brilliant, you get a raise. Or at least that's how I have to assume it went in the board meeting. It was a good idea, though. It was freaking brilliant. And I'm kind of surprised how much more difficult the game is. I'm going to be honest with you, because I am the worst at puzzle games, the worst. I'm, shocked and stoked if I can get to, round 3 and Bejeweled. Alright? That's how bad I am at these things. It doesn't help that when it comes to luck, she don't love me in video games. She may like me in real life, she do not love me in games. She hates me. So, I'm going to be real with you. Most people probably don't need to do this. They don't need this handicap, because either they have at least standard luck, or they're at least good at these games. I'm neither, so I had to put the game on the easiest setting, sadly. I had to put it on Chad because I'm pathetic at puzzle games. It's the only thing where I'm worse than playing a sniper. It's the only way you can get me worse than that. Yikes. It is a fun game. What's heavily advised is that you give gifts. It's advised. Unless you have world's highest god tier luck, you're gonna need gifts. Whether it be food, date gifts, unique gifts, smoothies, so on. You're gonna be needing to give them to them. Because those will increase stats, it'll give you buffs, it'll refill up stamina, give you extra moves. You can also just talk to the girls to gain moves. Doesn't really matter if you ask the same question over and over again. You'll still be good to go. You'll still get that extra move. You'll still be able to... It will cost you stamina, though. And it'll cost you 2 whole stamina out of 6. Granted, you never start with 6. You start with, 4. So basically, you get 2 questions, which equals 2 moves total extra once added. But when you get into the match, you won't really be able to do anything. I mean, yeah, you can get it up to once you say to go on a date with them, but that really ain't much to work with. That's just asking to be kind of SOL. That's kind of asking to be up a creek with no paddle, despite the fact that you have a ticking time bomb on the boat. It's that bad. Some of the best moves I made were never because I only had 2 stamina. No. I typically try to make it so I have at the minimum of about 4 to 6. Yeah. That didn't always work out so well. Now, it's hard as nails. I've seen the first one, and to me, it seemed a whole hell of a lot easier than Huniepop 2. Now, yes, you have 2 chicks to work with, and to some people that can kind of make it a little easier. The problem is, though, sometimes you're going to get the rotten luck if they like the same thing. Crap. Which doesn't make the job so easy. It's considering how often it happens, which is too often, if you ask me, it can hurt. It can hurt a lot. Now, it started off the first little while, sure, wasn't that huge of an issue. Started thinking maybe I cranked it down a little too much, or maybe it's just my luck's really good today. Well, I don't know what's going on here. I'm never this good at puzzle games ever. And then I got to the quarter line marker. Then I got to about 20% completion. And it all went to dookie. I started failing left and right. I had to start begging, hoping, and pleading for Lady Luck to show me some pity. She ain't show me no pity or no love. In fact, if anything, I feel like she pimp slapped me that took my wallet. Alright? Lady Luck was not kind to me from 25% on. And she only got more and more vindictive as we went. Oh, it was so bad. Then I finally got to the end. Now, I'm not going to tell you nothing. Go play it. Just go play it. Yes, it's a sex game. Yes, there's tons of images that are dirty as all hell, that are lewd and shit. But don't you worry. It is worth its money. It is so much fun. I feel like I got a steal out of it with how much fun, how much laughter, how ludicrous it was. I enjoyed every single second of it. Now, granted, I'm one of those gamers who will play pretty much anything before they write it off. I'll play pretty much anything. I'm down for it. I'll try it. Especially if there's demos or anything like that, I'll give the demo a shot. To be honest, this is one of the few games where I dropped my money with nothing. I had no background info other than the watched videos, and boy was I right. It was so much fun. It was so ludicrous. To give this game a score is tricky because the part of me that was laughing his tail off and was dying wants to give it a high score. There's the tiny cynic in me who's like, maybe don't go that high because there is more that could have been done. But I think I'm going to say F both of them and go smack dab in the middle of the two. The part of me that loves it and loves the lunacy and the insanity and the ridiculousness of it all wants to give it a high score of a 9 out of 10. The cynic part of me, though, he wants to say about a 7, so I'm going to go right down the middle. I'm going to say 8. This is a hard game for me to review because I don't really have any prior experience to work on aside from videos, and I'm also technically, arguably, one of the main target demographics I'm someone who loves lunacy and insanity run rampant. I love those kinds of moments, especially in games, because I, as someone who's completely mentally insane, loves those kind of things. I love when people decide just to let their freak flag fly. Uh, I, I don't know any other way to put it other than this was hard to decide on how I wanted to score it. I had to argue with myself for an entire day of how could I ever score this game. Because of how much fun I've had, I have to go with an 8. And it does help that there's so many more characters, from my knowledge, than the first game. Like, it can almost seem a little overwhelming, but at the same time, each character's so unique that it really doesn't hurt that much on how many there are. It's not like they're all just the same person bleeding together. I've had a ton of fun with this game, and I do recommend that you, yourself, if you're someone who likes lunacy, or if you're someone who's closet perv or open perv or just insane like me, I do recommend you check it out. It is worth its money. I think not since Trails of Cold Steel have I ever felt like I got a game for this degree of a steal. Like, I'm gonna play this a lot, especially since you can even choose whether you play as a dude or a chick. I'm gonna play as a chick next, duh. And there's even a character who you can kind of choose. Do they got a box or do they got a sausage too? So it's kind of cool how you can kind of do some slight customization of these things. I kind of dig that. That's something that I think adds to replayability. I know I'm going to play it again as a chick. I know I'm probably going to play it a couple times on both with a different setting. See what that really changes. And I kind of can't wait. I do like this game, and I've had so much fun. Check it out. It's totally worth its money. I've had so much fun. I have actually laughed so much to a point where my stomach was hurting for an hour. There's tons of tense moments due to the fact that I'm trash at puzzles and I had to put on easy because of how trash I am, and still failed countless dates, dozens of times. It's definitely worth checking out, guys. Next video will probably be... I have no clue what it'll be yet. To be frank with you, I haven't decided yet. Probably a discussion video just to try and break things up a little bit. Or maybe I'll just discuss about something not related to video games or anime, maybe. I don't really know yet. I hope you guys either laughed at me, laughed with me, maybe related with me a little bit. Who knows? See you guys next time. And I hope you have a very good day. I need a nap after the lunacy. See ya!